New at 6, two former Georgia Tech professors are under indictment tonight on charges of theft, lying, and conspiracy to defraud the university. Francois Sanfort and his wife Julie Jacko are accused of going to work at the University of Minnesota while still on Georgia Tech's payroll and then lying to cover up the deception. Channel 2's Richard Belcher has been covering this investigation for nearly 3 years.
Justin, the state attorney general's office obtained the indictment from the Fulton County grand jury Tuesday. Professors Sanfort and Jacko are accused of accepting a total of nearly $140,000 in Georgia Tech salaries after they'd begun work at the University of Minnesota. Their lawyers tell Channel 2 the professors did nothing criminal.
They were academic stars in the fields of biomedical engineering and public health while at Georgia Tech. From the records we've seen, we estimate they were earning combined salaries of nearly $425,000 from Tech. According to the 22-count indictment, the two professors formally agreed to work for the University of Minnesota in the fall of 2007 while they were still on Georgia Tech's payroll. The indictment accuses Professor Sanfort of illegally accepting nearly $81,000 in Georgia Tech paychecks after that. It accuses Professor Jacko of illegally accepting $56,000 in Tech paychecks. Both are accused of misusing much smaller amounts of money from the Tech Foundation for travel not related to Georgia Tech. Also indicted is Professor Jacko's brother, Robert Jacko. He's accused of conspiring to defraud the state by accepting $86,000 in consulting fees and hiding his relationship to his sister and her husband. Robert Rubin represents Professor Jacko.
We look forward to exonerating her.
This has been going on almost 3 years. Glad for it to come to a head?
No. I was hoping we could avoid the indictment, but given that we can't, we'll press on.
The attorney for Professor Sanfort told me Georgia Tech wasn't cheated out of anything because his client did the work the university required.
He was active as a professor in all of his duties and responsibilities, and he earned his salary that he was paid. There was no theft of government property.
Georgia Tech spokesman Matt Nagel sent me a statement saying only that the two professors resigned in May of 2008, and shortly before that, the university discovered the suspected irregularities and referred them to the state attorney general. I checked with the Fulton County Jail late this afternoon. The two professors have not yet surrendered. Justin?
Thank you, Richard. And the University of Minnesota sent us a statement that reads in part, Professors Sanfort and Jacko were disciplined by the university after a review of the facts surrounding their transition from Georgia Institute of Technology to the University of Minnesota. Both professors received letters of reprimand and were required to pay the university approximately $59,000. There may be grounds for further university review and action.